At 81 years old, I've learned one of the hardest lessons a man can ever face. One day, you simply stop chasing people. You stop running after those who don't want to be found. You stop begging for a seat at tables where you aren't truly welcome. And the day you finally let go is the day your real life actually begins. If you're feeling exhausted by a relationship or friendship that feels like an uphill battle, this is for you. Take a breath and get comfortable. We spend so much of our lives trying to build bridges. We want to be liked, included, and valued by people who often aren't even looking our way. But with age comes a different view. I've realized the energy we spend chasing the wrong people is the same energy we should be using to build our own peace. I spent 40 years chasing ghosts, believing that if I just tried harder, they would finally see my worth. I thought if I was more successful or more present, they would stay. That search for approval drained my soul for decades. I was like a man trying to hold water in a sieve. Here is the truth time eventually teaches you. If you have to chase them, they aren't your people. We often confuse loyalty with staying where we are only tolerated, but that isn't loyalty, it's self-destruction. The moment I stopped chasing, I felt a weight lift off my chest. It was the weight of other people's indifference. The freedom that followed was worth the heavy price. For years, I feared being alone. We chase people because we're terrified of the silence. We think a crowded room proves a life well lived. But the loneliest place on earth is a room full of people who make you feel like you have to perform just to be seen. I would never again trade my dignity for company. The people who truly belong in your life will meet you halfway. They won't require you to run marathons for their attention, and they'll respect your silence as much as your presence. Letting go isn't an act of anger. It's an act of self-respect. It's saying, I am enough even if you don't see it. This truth hits especially hard with family and old friends. We stay in toxic cycles because of history. We say, I've known them for 30 years, or they're family. But history isn't a good reason to let someone drain your soul today. Some people are meant to be a chapter, not the whole book, and that's okay. My life changed when I stopped trying to force forever onto relationships that were only meant for a season. I used to want people to tell me I was a good man. I depended on their approval to feel successful. But no one's applause can fill a hole in your own heart. When you don't value yourself, you'll always be at the mercy of people who treat you like an option. One of the biggest changes I made was taking the pen back and writing my own worth. When I stopped chasing, I had time to look inward. I discovered I actually liked my own company. A quiet afternoon with a book became more fulfilling than shallow conversations with status friends. I also learned the power of selective silence. I used to think I had to explain myself to everyone. If I stopped calling, I felt I owed them a reason. But you don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your energy. True power is walking away quietly, wishing someone well in your heart, but knowing they no longer have a key to your house. I stopped being a detective of other people's motives and became a guardian of my own time. Instead of asking, why did they leave? I started saying, I'm glad I have the space now. That's where real peace lives. Our energy is finite. I know exactly how much fuel I have in the tank each day, and I refuse to waste it on anyone who makes me feel hard to love. When you stop chasing the wrong people, the right ones finally have room to show up. It's like a garden. If you're too busy watering weeds, the flowers don't stand a chance. My social life improved when I stopped trying to be everyone's friend and focused on being a true friend to a few. I chose depth over distance. There's a special kind of peace that comes when you stop checking your phone for a name that never appears. There's dignity in that silence. Setting boundaries isn't arrogance. It's recognizing that your time on this earth is limited. No is a complete sentence. I spent years as a people pleaser, but the freedom of becoming a peace seeker was worth every bit of discomfort. Eventually, I had to face a deeper truth. Sometimes we chase others because we're afraid of sitting with ourselves. Maybe the reason you're running after people is that you're running away from something inside you. When I stopped being a chaser and became a builder, everything changed. I built a life I didn't need to escape from. Even now, I'm still surprised by how much joy I find in my own company. A man's life isn't defined by how many people he keeps, but by the quality of the peace he maintains. I used to be afraid of losing people. Now I understand that losing the wrong people is one of the greatest wins of all. The world may tell you that being alone is failure, but being alone and at peace is a powerful success. Don't fear the silence that comes after letting go. In that silence, you finally hear your own voice again. In that space, you rediscover the man you were always meant to be. It's never too late to stop chasing and start coming home to yourself.